All right. So we are live right now. And
And
so Habari Ghani, and I'm turning it over to you, Mom. Or Cousin Gwen. I don't who am I turning it over to?
are we going to have the music? No.
Okay. Yep.
Will that work tonight? If not,
Yes.
did you get the copy of the program? I emailed the program to you and Gwen.
Okay, no, I have not had an opportunity to check my email. If you give me a few minutes.
I thought that might be a good thing to do tonight. If last night I wasn't prepared on paper, but I am tonight.
All right, let me pull up the song and then we can start the music. We can start it by playing. Um,
I have some errors, typos on it because I did not edit it. Will you be able to get this on the screen for others to see?
what is it? The
email.
Let me do one thing at a time. I'm gonna start with the song,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
I probably will. I just have to figure that out.
You found it, Nicole?
Yes, I'm about to play. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
It's more than just a meal you make every night. It's a chance to slow down.
Umoja, unity that brings us together. Umoja, unity that brings us together. Umoja, unity that brings us together. Kujichagulia. 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 Working and building our union. Ujima. Working and building our union. Ujima. Working and building our union. Ujama. We'll spend our money wisely. Ujama. We'll spend our money wisely. Ujama. We'll spend our money wisely. Nia, we know the purpose of our life. Nia, we know the purpose of our life. Nia, we know the purpose of our life. All that we touch is more beautiful.
Uh-oh, we lost Cousin Michelle. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm going to share. Present. Share screen. All right. All right. Can everyone see? Can you see? Oops. Hello? Oops.
It's a little small.
It's
I
It's
have to
small.
do my screen.
okay. Let me see how
Oh,
I
you
can
click on full screen layout.
full screen layout.
Each person.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, I can see it now.
You can see it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. I came out and then it showed it bigger. Let me see. What happens? What happens if I do that? No.
No,
It's just
you
your
don't.
screensaver.
Okay, let me see. And edit layout. Is that better? Or not really? Let me see. I'm gonna go.
Oh, I see. I can zoom in on it.
Okay, let me see. What does this view say? Full screen. All right. All right, y'all. I don't know.
Is Dr. Crook still there?
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay, we're trying to look
So
at the
can we
thing.
do, it's asking for greetings. Is the next thing on the agenda for tonight. Greetings, everyone.
The next thing on the agenda. Uh-oh.
Greetings, Harigani.
Yes. What does that mean, Dr. Crook?
What is the news for today, or what's
Ah,
today?
what's the word for the day and the news for the day?
Yes. The word for today, Kuji, and I will ask what's the word for today by asking Habarigani, and you will say what the word is. On the other end, you will say Kujichagulia.
Kuki. All right, y'all got to help me.
Right. Kuji
Kuji
Chakulia.
Chakalia.
Yes.
Kuji Chakalia.
Yes. Kuji Chakulia.
Kuji Chakalia. Okay,
Yes.
everybody else got to say it if I say it. You.
Kujichagulia.
Tomorrow, what I will do is send it to you, and you can send the program with the message or emails that you send to the other people. And so I guess that's the only way we can do it, with everybody have a part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Access to it.
That works. And
That works. I'll send it out.
Okay. Yes, Cousin Gwen. That works. We are learning. We are learning.
Okay, we are learning. So that's the word for today, Kuji, and that stands for Dr. Crook, or anyone?
What?
That stands for
I didn't hear what you said.
I
What does
said, what does it stand for?
for?
Kujichagulia means self-determination. We will define who we are. We will define the priorities in our community. We will do whatever, whether it's writing about, whether it's being creative and starting businesses in our. We will do that.
Yes.
Not. We will not. I hate to put the not there, but rather than have other people come and capitalize off our community, we will support each other to create community in as many ways as possible. And this pledge supports that statement as well, the African pledge. I heard another voice.
Joshua just came in from work.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
The next thing we do is to pour the libations. And in pouring, we will remember, we'll call out the name of at least one of our ancestors.
Yes.
And we'll wait until the last day so people can connect with you to find out who they are descendants of.
Okay.
Or we can do it tomorrow if you
Well,
want to do that.
no, let's go ahead. The libation, that's part of the ceremony. So let's go ahead.
Right. But we do the libations today and call out a name. Tomorrow, not only can we call out a name, but we can tell who we're connected to.
Okay. All right.
I am the great-great-great-granddaughter of, I am the granddaughter of, I am da-da-da-da. My name is, and you also indicate who you are related to in your immediate family. I am the sister of, and my name is.
Okay.
Okay.
So who we're calling out those who we feel demonstrated this self-determination.
If you want to do that, you can choose any one of the ancestors that you want to, whose name you want to call to the circle.
Okay.
And you only have to do one tonight.
Okay.
And for
I'm gonna call out my mom's name, Bernie Dale.
It'll give them a chance to do a little more.
Mom, cousin Gwen is elevating a name.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to pour the libation.
Okay. It's Bernice Bell.
Bernice Bell Philpott.
Yes.
For the Ashe.
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 I'll elevate Maddie Mae Myers Smith. Ashe.
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 My mother, Ladors Monica Hunt. Ashe. Ladors Monica Hunt.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
And Michelle?
I call the name my mother, Ruby Lee Bell Miller. Ashe.
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 Is there somebody else?
No, I think it's you, Mom.
I elevate my big mama with a big skirt to rescue me. Ashe.
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 All right. The next is the reading of the pledge. I'll read it tonight I'll read the 2 lines. And Nicole, did you find yours?
No. Wait, you mean
Email?
so it's a little bit, hold on. Okay. Let me minimize this.
You and Gwendolyn.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. I'm ready.
I'm just trying to make sure I can leave and come back. Cause seem like when I go to the email, I have to rejoin.
Oh, you know what I can do? I can
Can you send it to the other 2 people
Let me
if you're
see.
on your email?
Hold on, let me do this.
Yes.
I will do a
Because I'm not
screenshot.
at my computer.
Let's see. Share. Save as PDF.
I cheated a little bit and I printed mine out
It's okay.
because otherwise my eyes would not cooperate in reading it off the telephone.
All right. I'm gonna send it to our chat. All right. I did a screenshot.
I have some corrections I need to make, some typos, because I didn't have time to correct the typos.
No worries. I don't see the typos right here, but we're just gonna go with it, Mom.
Okay.
Do you have it, Nicole? It's at the bottom of the email, or you never found it?
I did. I'm doing a screenshot,
Okay.
sending it to
'Cause
everybody.
when I leave out, you all can't hear me. I was talking.
Oh, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-oh. I just attached that to that. That wasn't supposed to go with that, but adventure. It is an
Let me.
adventure. Okay. Um,
And
let's see.
when the other people get it, each one will read 3 lines.
It's not professional, but it's a screenshot. It'll do. All right. I think we can start. Does everybody see it in your and if you just want me to read, I can do that too, Mom. That may be easier for tonight.
Okay.
All right. So it's the African pledge that I'm reading?
Yes.
Okay. We will remember the humanity, glory, and suffering of our ancestors and honor the struggle of our elders. We will strive to bring new values and new life to our people. We will have peace and harmony among us. We will be loving, sharing, and creative. We will work, study, and listen so we may learn. Learn so we may teach. We will cultivate self reliance. We will struggle to resurrect and unify our homeland. We will raise our children for our nation. We will have discipline, devotion, and courage. We will live as models to provide new directions for our people. We will be free and self determined. We are African people.
And together we say, we are African people.
Okay, and together we say, we
We
are
are
African.
African people.
Ashe.
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 The next thing, we have the principles of Blackness that we're using as the grounding, the foundation for our celebration tonight. Those principles are 7. Umoja, which means unity. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Ujima, collective responsibility. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Kuumba, creativity. Imani, faith. And tonight is the second night of Kwanzaa. Last night we celebrated and lit the candle for Umoja. And we shared some of our testimonies and some of our reflections. Tonight we celebrate the principle of Kujichagulia, self-determination. And what we will do in celebrating that tonight, we have a little change. We will speak to how we have, each one of us, because it's what, 4 of us?
Mm-hmm.
Each one will have a moment to speak to the principle, how that principle has worked in your life this year. And speak to how you would envision it working in your life next year. How you have accomplished that in some way. It doesn't have to be every way. It doesn't have to be a humongous way. But what event or incident in your life, in what event or at what incident did you use the principle of self-determination? It might have been a hard time for you to do it, a great challenge, but how did you do that this year in any way that comes to mind?
Okay. Anyone can start?
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Cousin Gwen.
Well, I can say for me, my determination for this year was to help my family in every kind of way to prepare for life events that may occur. And I wanted us to be so prepared so that we would not have any hiccups or issues when those life events come upon us, that we would be prepared. So I was determined to make sure that we had those training classes, and I wanted to make sure everybody had the forms in hand. And I wanted I was determined to make sure we went through each one, and to make certain of that, I sent out the email so that everybody could have it available and to get it completed. That was my determination, that it was one of those things that we took our time to make sure of. Um, the other, I wanted to make sure we were educated and informed of what was really going on. And I was determined to find when everything started with um, the failure of the taxes to be paid on 755, and what could we do to resolve the issue. And so for me, for 2024, I put the information out there in 2023, but I want to I'm determined for 2024 that those papers that we started out with exist I want to make sure, I'm determined and want to make sure, including with myself,
Mm.
that those papers are in hand and completed, signed, and notarized. And also that we have 755 legacy business account open and started
Amen.
and continue. That's my. I'm determined at this. I don't want to give up, and I'm not going to let it go until it's finished.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Ashe,
Ashe.
when you're done,
Oh, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe,
Ashe.
and so it is.
Mm,
Amen, or and so it is.
mm. And so it is.
And we are supporting you by saying Ashe,
Ashe.
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 Um, I'll go. Um, so I think that the biggest thing this year that where I feel as though I work towards Kujichagulia for our collective 755 unit was completing the grant application for I think it was called She Stories.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And although we did not get the grant to do it, the thing that I am determined for us to do in order to share our stories is regardless of we didn't get the grant, but I think that um,
We tried.
we did, and I believe that as we work and we walk in faith and we move forward towards it in the ways that we're able to move forward towards it. One, utilizing the StreamYard. We weren't waiting for the grant to do the StreamYard. I set up another account um, for the platform for our podcast. And so I'm determined for us to begin the podcast where we are journaling and talking about our process of of reclaiming 755 and elevating the legacy of 755 through our narrative and just in real time watching how things happen and unfold that we do not just unfold magically like like magic. What was that cereal? They're magically delicious. It's not like that. It's like we working towards it. Ashe.
Ashe.
Okay.
Ashe.
Next.
I'm having a hard time trying to think of anything. I'm
And
going to be honest. I'm going to be honest.
even if it's not for 755, cousin, I can
I
think
mean,
the
I
last
didn't.
everything that has happened where you have demonstrated self-determination and holding stuff down at your house.
Okay, that helps better. I wasn't aiming it just at 755. I was just looking totally. It's just because I feel like I'm doing like a whole lot of stuff. Like I don't have like a focus on a particular thing. I guess if I had to, it would be um, getting Christopher better, um, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally. And Michaela, and just keeping the um, keeping in or searching, attempting, trying, focusing on um, I don't know how to describe it. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I'm searching for whatever I'm trying to
Can
do.
I share what we saw?
Go ahead.
I saw someone that had been on a job for years, and it became, a way of life. And you took on a different journey,
Mhm.
working in a different company. I don't know if it's exactly the same. Maybe it's got someone saw you. They knew your worth.
Mm.
They got you out. The plan was just get a feel. This will get you a little feel, doing a little temp work.
Mhm.
And you made it through that. And now you've been there coming up to a whole anniversary
Mm.
Yeah,
of
that part.
doing the job. I feel like you're so comfortable with it now. Some
Mhm.
of the fear, the anxiety
Mhm.
has disappeared. I feel your strength in the job and everything that goes along with it. You've accomplished more than you know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I just felt that was your determination. I'm not giving up. I'm going to see this through because I know your work ethic. I know you will work.
Mhm.
If they just gave you the opportunity and the chance, and they did, and you showed them, and they knew, and they were right when they chose
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't think about that
you.
because it's just it's work. So I,
And may I elevate something else?
yes.
Um, and I wasn't on that day, but I remember that there was the day that you had the car accident on your way to work.
Mm.
Mm,
And I remember the level of oh man, I'm about to start crying.
Mhm.
don't do that because I'll cry.
I just remember the level of anxiety and the
Mm.
fear and the resistance that you had to driving after that and how jumpy you were after that. And just in real time watching you come back into your power and own your power and and that to me was powerful because like I know what that PTSD is like and getting into the car every single day and having the same kind of crazy people driving, right? But
Mhm.
Hmm. Going down the same place that I had an accident at. That was
that
hard. That was hard.
yeah, and you're doing it.
Mhm. And then now,
Mhm.
roles reversed. Your role has been reversed again. Christopher was taking care of you. Now, who's taking care of Christopher, his mom?
Mhm.
Yep. Mm, yep.
Without a wheelchair, almost
Mm-hmm.
twice as big as almost twice as big. Oh my gosh. If I
I'm
could
Yeah.
telling you.
even know the visual I'd be seeing in my head now. I
I
don't
just
know
don't know.
in life, but
Yeah.
like if that's
Yeah,
not determination, I don't know
I
what.
Yes.
know.
Yes, ma'am.
And me and Kayla were talking about the fact that both of us have been down. She had her shoulder surgery because she dislocated her shoulder all that time. And me, a couple of times, he's never really been sick. Like, never. But he waits till he's big, like he Well, thank you. Thank y'all both very much. Because I was sitting up here like, what am I going to say? And I'm glad. Because I'm glad that the question was asked. And I am also glad that I was honest when I answered. Because I could have probably faked something, but I was like, no, I'm going to be honest.
So funny.
To be honest, you know.
At first, I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen Michelle speechless. Wait a minute.
You never seen me speechless. Hey, I know a lot of, I know a little about a lot of things, but when it comes to me, it's different. And when it's like that, I was like, ugh. I can, like, you know, I can everything, see stuff in other people, but in myself and talk about myself. So I appreciate that. That's got me out my comfort zone a little bit. So that's always good.
And so, what about
Ashe.
for 2020? Ashe.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
Ashe.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For 2024, I'm sorry. See, I didn't pay attention to the question.
You good? I thought you would pass it. I thought you were determined to get past it.
No, I literally forgot there was a second part. That's how you fail tests when you don't read.
You were
Read. You
You
need to read, girl. For 2024, I think what I'm going to do is reflect back on this year and just as a small guide for me. I don't want to, I'm not going to relive it or rehash it or look for bad. It's just like, what can I do different?
right.
What have I learned from this that's going to help me do different? Because we've learning a lot of stuff around here just from the situations that we're in. So I'm going to look for moments like that. That's one of the major things I'm going to do. Because I've made a pledge to myself that I'm living the next half of my life much different than I lived the first half. So,
all right.
I'm looking for peace and looking for purpose. And I'm excited about where we're going to go with I like what you said, Gwen, reclaiming 755. I like that.
Amen.
Ashe.
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 Ashe. All
Dr.
right.
Crooks, I don't send her to the NAP ministry. I'm sorry.
Mom?
She quiet.
Uh-oh.
Yes, no, I'm here. I'm
okay.
here. I'm there are flashes of things that have come up for me. One of the things which has been less in community, but more of myself, acknowledging when I need to reach out for help. That's a very hard thing for me. And I haven't fully, I've done bits and I made some steps, but I have made what I consider to be some big steps. I don't like to be dependent on people. I don't like to encroach upon people. Now, I'll negotiate till the cows come home. And I'll argue my case. But that sense of dependency and having flashbacks of yesteryear when I could comfortably go it on my own. and then reaching a point at which I had to say, like when we used to twist the arm, say uncle,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to say uncle. I had to say uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm.
I had
And it's
not
okay.
conceptualized that. But on to something good is I've also decided that I'm going to do things on behalf of my people because I don't like to be braggadocious, but I do like to be appreciated. And I've come to the point of recognizing that I have left myself in a situation for the past decade and a half where I've just been doing things because it's the right thing to do locally. And I have decided that it is not going to stay there. My intention is to be in touch periodically with the people around here that I know, but they neither appreciate what I bring to the organization, and I'm going to drop another one. I'm going to drop another one this year. I'm not just because I think I'm supposed to, as Howard Thurman says, don't ask what the world needs, because what they need, they don't want from me. And I've decided that I am going to cut the strings. And I can commune with my God to let my God know that I am still being responsible to my community, and my community is at a distance, but I'm going to be responsible to my community.
Amen.
Mm. Amen.
Amen.
Where there's both the need and the appreciation.
Mm.
Because I'm too old to be doing anything otherwise. That's the self-determined. That's the Kujichagulia principle for me.
Mm. Can I pull a Nicole right now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna be a little inappropriate. I thought she said she finna drop somebody. I said, who she finna knock out?
Mama said,
She came playing. She said, I done had enough of this. All y'all raggedy.
nice. Mm-mm.
Oh.
That's
No, I'm not to have Miss Roser here, Miss
Mhm.
adult, or Betty, the girl who used to scratch eyes out for me.
You got the channel. You got the channel her then. Channel all of them then.
okay. Listen.
No,
And bring
no.
Simba along. Simba's mom.
Yeah, yeah.
Amen.
Amen. It's your Ashe.
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 And that.
Okay, so I'm looking back last year. This time last year I was in the hospital with COVID.
Mm.
So it is kind of looking back, but also uh, the determination part is just to each day grow stronger and
Mm.
just work my way back, to health. I take into consideration the importance of health, and what I want to bring into next year is um, hoping that I get into that master gardening class in February, because that'll give me the needs and the desires of my heart. It's always been a desire to get rid of concrete and replace it with soil and seeds. be it seeds that we plant in somebody's heart or seeds that we plant from the fruit or vegetables that we eat. I believe that, we can make a change in our health if we take the initiative and if we grow our own. God bless the child to have his own. And I just feel as though now the own is ownership of our food, ownership of our health. And I feel as though they work hand in hand. And without them, we're not going to make it. So that's what I want to take, is to grow my own and then to replace the concrete with a succulent or a plant or a tree, something that's edible and useful for us, instead of just saying that you look pretty. My uncle used to say, today you're young, tomorrow you're old. Today you're saying, who do I want? And tomorrow you're saying, who wants me? That's all.
Amen.
Can I add, and that you were determined because that was bothering you with your leg. What was it that you wanted to be able to do that you couldn't do anymore?
Walk and just be able to be out. I still haven't made it outside in the yard since that COVID, that COVID really took a lot out. And it's still, the tiresome. So just to build me up again where I can get back out and just use these hands and all of these seeds and just, grow and give back, grow and show.
Went on the trip, because one trip you canceled. You remember that one? You were supposed to go, I think, to Alabama.
Yes.
And you canceled because you didn't think you would have the strength to go.
To walk.
Yes.
Yes.
And you've been on another trip since then.
Yes. I just came off the trip to the Biltmore. Yes.
Yes, you did. You were determined.
Determined. Yes.
Yes.
That determination, Gwen, it just shows you have to be determined, for you. When you have to depend on somebody, it just makes you just a slave to that. I want to depend on, God, yes, God, but just depending on me, to get up and just like when I broke my wrist, I'm going through that therapy and it's still a struggle. It's still a struggle. Now I'm going through the therapy, but my hand, yes, I'm determined to get back, but yeah.
I just say, Lord, you did it for me then. I know you're going to do it for me again.
All right.
And just you hearing you and knowing Christopher's story at the same time, how it was difficult for you to walk and all because of COVID. And now look at you. I'm not going to say you're at 100%, but you are not at what you were.
Amen.
That's that's how I see the self-determinant. That's the determination. I'm like, she's not giving up. She's not giving up. She's gonna keep on pushing till she gets to doing, because that's what you love. I know that's what you love. You love being out. She loves exercising and walking. Swimming, all of those outside activities.
She grew up on a farm. She's a farm girl.
She's got to drag me, But this is what you love. So I think that's something else I see. The things that we love, that determination is like, I don't even know if it's determination as much as it is how much you love something. and willing to just keep at it and keep doing it and to do what you enjoy or what gives you, to me, life sometimes.
Mm.
What gives you life?
But see, Gwen, I also see that as a passion and just a talent that God gives us, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm.
You're talking about what Dr. Crook said, Howard Thurman said. You're doing what brings you alive.
Mm.
Yes. So I see. I see.
Ashe.
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 Ashe. Turning it back over to you, Mom.
Okay, we've gone through our principles of Blackness. We've gone through our definition of who we are as African people. The next thing is a reminder of the colors that are part of Kwanzaa: red, black, and green. Whether it be a flag that is red, black, and green, which I don't have here, but I have the Kanara and the candles. The red stands for the blood of our people, our ancestors. The black stands for who we are, a Black people.
Yes.
And the green stands for the future, those to come, our children and our children's children, our future. The red is for our past. The black is for our past and our present. And the green is for the future. At this point, does anybody else have a candle? Somebody who's being able to sing?
But I didn't know what. I only have a red candle.
Okay, the red one.
Yes.
The blood of our people. You want to light it?
I did. They can see it out. Those. Can everybody see my candle?
Yes.
I like the candle. I like the candle of Kujichagulia.
I like the candle of Kujichagulia.
All right. And here on the Kanara out, well, if the match would hold up, I would light first the unity candle, because we're to be reminded of the principles from the previous days. And there's the black candle I've lit, and here is the far right. Our ancestors have left with us that principle of self-determination. Ashe.
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 Okay.
All right. Do you have any other comments on what I'll read for you. Yes, yesterday, our last gathering, Gwendolyn she inquired as to whether I had the reading from the Nguza Saba, which is what it's called on the Kanara. Self-determination, to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves, instead of being defined, named, created for, and spoken for by others. Kujichagulia is saying who we are and who we will be, and not letting others say for us, thereby stifling or inhibiting our movement. Ashe.
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 The next time, somebody might be prepared to share a poem or dance or some music related to the principle of Ujima, collective work and responsibility at this point. For now, we have a closing statement, and I defer to anybody who might want to make a closing statement as we close out from this conversation, from this gathering, the lighting of the candle, the time we've spent here reflecting and planning or projecting into the new year. Does anybody have a closing statement?
Well, thank you everyone for joining our second night of Kwanzaa celebration and the celebration of Kujichagulia, self-determination. And I know everyone on this call, we're all women and we're all called to do the things that women in from generation all the way back to our African ancestors. We've been following their footsteps. And I know and I believe as I see those women, and as I see them walking with baskets on their head, standing straight up, looking straight forward, determined as whatever task they have to do that day. Doing it with a strong mind, a strong will. And I just feel like this has been carried down generation through our DNA, through our genes. It's in each and every one of us.
Yes.
And we have to pass this on so that it doesn't end or stop right here in this generation. I love my family. I love each and every one of you all that joined tonight. We will pass the torch to Nicole for tomorrow with collective work for tomorrow night. Love to have everyone else. If you have someone you would like to join us, please feel free to let them join in. Again, tomorrow at 7 o'clock, we will start on our next night of Kwanzaa. Back to you, Dr. Crook.
Amen.
Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe. I would like to interject one thing that came to mind about Margaret Brown and self-determination. She had what my daddy called what he referred to a strong constitution. And grandmama was going to live life the way grandmama wanted to live life. In fact, that's how she came to her end, going down to Modern Grocery. She used to sell candy from the back room, and she got too hot. She took the bus and she had a heat stroke, and she never recovered. And she was cared for by her sons, her daughters, and they shared responsibility for her. And her grandchildren, some of her grandchildren. She was a tough woman. She had to be cared for at the very end, but she hung around until she and God made a compact that it was time for her to come. She had a strong constitution, and collective responsibility means we define it and we stick to it. That strong constitution of Margaret Bowman Clark Brown comes out and up.
Hmm.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Would somebody
Ashe.
like to do a benediction before we do the Harambe's?
Michelle, did she leave? The benediction?
May the Lord bless us and keep us.
Yes.
May the Lord make his face shine upon us and be gracious to us.
Yes.
May the Lord lift up his countenance on us and give us peace. So
Yes.
we shall invoke God's name on all of God's children, and God then will bless us. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
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 Lift our hands and in agreement with the principle, Harambe means we will pull together. So we reach up, we take our right hand, and if you don't have use of your right hand, take your left hand and reach up to the ceiling and pull down, as we say, Harambe, and we throw it out into the air again because we're making this firm declaration. Are you ready? And we do that 3 times. Ready? Harambe!
Harambe.
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 Amen.
Harambe.
Harambe.
And throw it out there. We will work together.
Yes.
Yes.
We will work together.
We will work together.
Yes.
Ashe, ashe.
Ashe,
Ashe.
ashe.
Have a wonder-filled rest of the evening, and I am grateful for my family. I am grateful to my family. Both
And we are grateful for you, Dr. Crooks, for bringing this
Amen.
to us. We love you. I am so glad we had the opportunity tonight for us to record this. This is beyond. This is something that we can hold forever and pass along. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, you're the first person to ever share Kwanzaa with us. And I thank you so very much. If nobody else has appreciated you before, let us all say tonight, we really appreciate and love you, Dr. Crook.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Cook. Yes. Yay. Thank you.
Yes,
You.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you for
yes, yes.
sharing.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all. Love you all. Have a good night.
love
Good
Love
you.
you, family.
night.
Good night.
Good
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 night.
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 And tell Christopher we said good